Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going to be diving into something pretty fascinating. We're going to be looking at beta-voltaic batteries.
Yeah.
So, you're interested in getting up to speed on this whole new technology. And while we've gone ahead and looked at a whole stack of articles and research
Yeah.
to bring you the most important insights.
It really is incredible technology, especially if you consider the limitations of our current batteries.
Yeah, I mean, who hasn't been frustrated with like their phone dying way too quickly?
Right.
But
Yeah.
with beta voltaics, we could be talking batteries that last for like years, decades even.
Yeah. And it's not just about longevity. I mean, these batteries can withstand some of the harshest environments. It
Hmm.
opens up possibilities for like exploration and technology that we just couldn't even dream about before.
Yeah, I'm already super intrigued, but before we get ahead of ourselves, let's start with the basics.
Okay.
What are beta voltaic batteries and what makes them so different from the batteries we use every single day?
So, well, imagine a solar cell, but instead of sunlight, it's powered by nuclear decay.
Oh,
Beta voltaic devices use beta particles, which are essentially just high-energy electrons emitted from radioactive isotopes to generate electricity.
okay, so instead of harnessing the sun's energy, we're tapping into the power of the atom. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, it really is. And what's really fascinating is that beta voltaics convert this nuclear energy directly into electrical energy. There's no heat involved, unlike in traditional nuclear reactors.
So it's a much more direct and potentially efficient process.
Right.
But I have to admit, when I hear nuclear, my mind immediately goes to like safety concerns. Is that something we need to worry about with these batteries?
Yeah, that's a valid question,
Mm.
and safety is always a top priority. But the key here is understanding the type of radioactive isotopes used in these batteries.
Mm.
One of the most common is tritium, which emits low-energy beta particles that can be easily shielded.
Tritium, that rings a bell. Isn't that what they use in those exit signs that glow in the dark?
Exactly. Those signs are actually a great example of how tritium can be used safely in everyday applications.
Mhm.
It has a relatively short half-life, meaning it decays quickly and poses minimal long-term risks.
So we're not talking about Chernobyl-level radiation here.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Beta voltaic batteries are designed with multiple layers of shielding to contain the radiation, and the amount of radioactive material used is carefully controlled.
Okay, that makes me feel a lot better. But let's get back to the technology itself. How did the idea of beta voltaic batteries even come about, and why haven't we been using them all along?
Well, the history of beta voltaics is actually pretty interesting. The first beta voltaic device was created back in the 1950s, but early research faced a lot of significant challenges.
I'm guessing it wasn't as simple as slapping some radioactive material onto a battery and calling it a day.
Definitely not. Early devices degraded really quickly because of radiation damage.
Hmm.
The isotopes they used had high-energy beta particles that just caused too much wear and tear on the materials. Plus, efficiency was a major hurdle.
So it sounds like a combination of material science limitations and the need to find the right isotopes held the technology back.
Precisely. But despite these early setbacks, research into beta voltaics never truly stopped.
Yeah.
And in recent years, there's been a resurgence of interest driven by advances in material science and a growing need for, long-lasting, reliable power sources.
This is where it gets really exciting for me. What are some of the breakthroughs that have led to this renewed interest in beta voltaics?
One of the most significant advancements has been the development of high-efficiency silicon carbide cells. These cells are much better at converting beta particle energy into electricity, which, addresses one of the key limitations of earlier devices.
So we're finally getting to a point where we can harness the power of these isotopes efficiently.
Exactly. And in addition to improved materials, researchers have also made strides in developing, safer and more compact designs for these batteries.
So not only are they becoming more efficient, but they're also getting smaller and safer. It sounds like the stars are aligning for this technology.
They are. And as a result, we're seeing beta voltaics being explored
Yeah.
for a wider range of applications than ever before.
Well, now I'm dying to know where this technology could really take us. What are some of the potential applications that have you excited?
Oh, the possibilities are vast.
Yeah.
We're talking about applications where long-lasting, reliable power is absolutely critical, and where traditional batteries simply fall short. Think about medical devices, remote sensors, and even,
Hold that thought.
oh,
Let's dive deeper into those applications in the next part. We'll be right back to explore the world of beta voltaic batteries in more detail after a short break.
sounds good.
Okay, so we're back, and you were about to tell us about some of the most promising applications for this technology.
Oh, right. Well, one area where beta voltaics are already making an impact is in medical devices.
Okay.
Think about pacemakers, for example.
Hmm.
Traditional pacemakers rely on batteries that need to be replaced every few years,
Okay.
which means surgery each time.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of hassle, not to mention like the risks and discomfort for the patient.
Exactly. But with a beta voltaic battery, a pacemaker could potentially last for decades,
Wow.
eliminating the need for repeated surgeries. It's a game changer
Yeah, absolutely.
for patients and doctors alike.
That's incredible. So it's not just about convenience, it's about improving people's lives in a very tangible way. Are there other medical applications where this long lifespan could be a major advantage?
Absolutely. Um, Researchers are exploring beta voltaics for powering everything from neurostimulators, which help treat conditions like Parkinson's disease, to tiny sensors that can monitor vital signs continuously for extended periods.
Wow, so we're talking about a future where medical devices become much more reliable and less invasive,
Right.
all thanks to these long-lasting batteries. It's amazing to think about the impact this could have on healthcare.
Yeah.
But what about applications outside of medicine? Where else could beta voltaics shine?
Well, let's go back to that thought I was about to share before space exploration.
Where?
It's an area where beta voltaics could truly revolutionize what's possible.
You had me at space exploration. I'm all ears.
Think about it. Space is a harsh environment.
Right.
Extreme temperatures, radiation, and the sheer distance involved pose immense challenges for traditional batteries.
Right. I imagine it's not so easy to just swap out a battery when your spacecraft is millions of miles away.
Exactly. But with beta voltaics, we could potentially power spacecraft for decades,
Wow.
allowing for missions to distant planets and moons that were previously unthinkable.
So we're talking about pushing the boundaries of human exploration, venturing further into the cosmos than ever before. It's like something out of a science fiction novel.
It is. And it's not just about exploring new worlds either. Beta voltaic batteries could also dramatically extend the lifespan of satellites orbiting Earth.
Okay.
This would mean fewer launches, less space junk, and more reliable data for things like communication, navigation, and Earth observation.
Okay, so we've got medical devices, space exploration, and even improving our satellite infrastructure. Are there any other areas where beta voltaics could make a big difference?
Absolutely. Their resilience and longevity make them ideal for applications in like harsh or remote environments here on Earth.
Hmm.
Think about sensors embedded in bridges or pipelines, monitoring for damage or leaks.
Mm. So instead of sending inspectors out to physically check these structures, we could have a constant stream of data telling us how they're performing. That sounds incredibly efficient and potentially much safer.
Exactly. And because beta voltaic batteries could last for decades, we wouldn't have to worry about replacing them frequently, even in hard-to-reach locations.
I'm starting to see a pattern here. It seems like beta voltaics are perfectly suited for any application where reliability and longevity are paramount.
You're catching on, and that's really what sets this technology apart.
Mm.
While it might not be the best choice for every application, in certain areas, it has the potential to be truly transformative.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground, from medical marvels to space odysseys and even infrastructure monitoring. But I have to ask, are there any downsides to the seemingly miraculous technology?
Well, as with any emerging technology, there are definitely challenges to overcome. One of the key hurdles for beta voltaics is cost.
Oh.
The materials and processes involved in producing these batteries are currently more expensive than those used for, conventional batteries.
Right, so even though they last much longer, the initial investment is higher.
Exactly. But as research continues and production scales up, we can expect to see costs come down.
Okay, so cost is a factor, but it sounds like something that could improve over time.
Yeah.
Are there any other limitations we should be aware of?
Well, another consideration is that beta voltaic batteries typically have a lower power output compared to like chemical batteries.
So they might not be suitable for applications that require a sudden burst of energy.
Right. Their strength lies in providing a steady, long-lasting trickle of power, not a sudden surge.
It seems like the trade-off is clear. Incredible longevity in exchange for lower power output.
Yeah.
That makes sense, given the nature of the technology.
Right.
But I'm curious, what's being done to address this limitation and potentially increase the power output of beta voltaic batteries?
Well, researchers are constantly exploring ways to enhance the efficiency of energy conversion within these batteries.
Okay.
One promising avenue is the development of three-dimensional architectures, which increase the surface area available for beta particles to interact with the semiconductor material.
So it's like giving the battery more real estate to capture those energy-rich particles.
Yeah.
That's a clever approach.
Yeah.
Are there any other strategies being explored?
Another exciting area of research is the use of novel semiconductor materials, like diamond. Diamond has exceptional properties that make it ideal for handling the radiation emitted by beta-emitting isotopes.
Diamond batteries, that sounds incredibly futuristic.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what comes out of these research efforts. But before we get too lost in the world of cutting-edge material science, let's shift gears a bit and talk about the bigger picture. We've talked about the potential for beta-voltaics in like healthcare and space exploration and even infrastructure.
Yeah.
But I think what's really fascinating to me is how this technology could change our relationship with energy like on a much broader scale.
It's true. Belavoltaics offer a unique perspective on sustainability and energy independence.
Yeah.
Imagine a world where remote sensors, powered for decades, help us like monitor the environment, track wildlife, or even predict natural disasters.
Yeah, it's like giving our planet a network of tireless guardians
Yeah.
watching over our most precious resources. That's a pretty powerful vision.
Yeah, and it goes beyond just environmental monitoring. Think about the implications for developing countries, where access to reliable electricity is often limited. Beta-voltaic-powered systems could provide a long-term solution for things like lighting, communication, and even like basic healthcare needs in those remote communities.
That's a really inspiring thought. We often talk about the potential of technology to kind of bridge divides, and it seems like beta voltaics could play a key role in bringing like these essential services to those who need them most.
Absolutely. And let's not forget the potential impact on industries like transportation and logistics. Imagine shipping containers equipped with beta-voltaic-powered sensors, tracking goods in real time across the globe. Or aircraft with sensors that can just constantly monitor structural integrity throughout their entire lifespan.
Yeah, it's incredible to think about how this technology could enhance efficiency and safety and even our understanding of the world around us.
Right.
But, I'm also wondering about the challenges of like scaling up production and making beta voltaics more accessible to like a wider audience. What needs to happen for this technology to move from the realm of research labs into our everyday lives?
Well, that's the key question. As we discussed earlier, cost is a major factor. Making beta-voltaics more affordable will require, continued research into more efficient production methods and the use of more readily available isotopes.
So it's a bit of a chicken and egg situation.
Right.
We need more demand to drive down costs.
Yeah.
But we need lower costs to increase demand.
Exactly. That's why government support and private investment will be really crucial in like nurturing this technology and helping it reach its full potential.
And I imagine